Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with another Mix Manny chat. Today we are doing a Manny bingo. Can you feel the heat? Let's go summer. Let's go summer. It is time for my sister and her family to come and visit from Utah, and that indicates summer is nearing an end, so we need to do this before summer ends. Let's go summer. So I've got one of my all-time favorites, a retired set called Poppy That, and Heat Wave. I thought these two go so awesome together, so let's get to it. I wanted the most flowery of the set from Poppy That for my thumb, so let's pull that out first, knowing that I want it. And I also wanted the pale comparison of this one right here for my ring fingers, so we are going to do that. And then the rest are going to be Heat Wave. So let's put the rest of these back for later, and we can get started. It's going to be a real quick one because Panda Bear's not been feeling well, and we still have obligations because we started homeschooling the girls. So there is some schooling that needs to happen today, and Auntie Wendy is on the job. So speaking of jobs, I'm supposed to be on vacation right now, but it's been a crazy couple of months, and we're not actually like heading anywhere until tomorrow. So tomorrow, meaning I had more time to do work. So this morning I woke up fairly early for a weekend day and have been working and made chicken soup for Panda because he wasn't feeling well. So it's been a mad rush to get stuff done. So yeah, if I'm a little frazzled, that is why. I'm just trying to get stuff done so that I can get out of here. So we are doing that. So let me get Heat Wave all ready to go there. And then these I'm going to save for later. And Color Street is already heading into fall next week. So the fall collection, if you are watching and you are part of Shannon Paetzel's VIP group, you know that she's been sharing all of the fall sets to showcase what they look like before we can get our hands on them or get them on our hands. So I'm super excited about the Color Street fall collection. I don't know if I'm going to get it right when it releases because that is still vacation time. I'll likely wait a little bit before I make a purchase. In fact, I may try, although self-control is really hard, to wait until Stacy Adams has her fall ruckus towards the time when the Halloween sets will be released, and then wait until then to get the fall sets. The only thing I worry about doing that is I may miss out on some sets if they sell out. I don't know if they will restock like very often for the fall collection. I know that when they do the seasonal collections, they sometimes tend to like restock like at least once if they sell out of a collection or a set, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just nails, right? So I really shouldn't be thinking so hard about it, but the majority of the sets that they are releasing on Friday next week are definitely in my wheelhouse for what I like. So, oh, decisions. The hardest part of loving fall, because fall is my favorite season of all time. Fall, autumn, whatever you call it, it's my favorite season. And the problem with that is that Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, all of that costs money as far as food and costumes and all the like. So, you know, it's trying to determine what my priorities are, and do I want to spend so much on nails when I have binders full of nails? That is the tough decision right there. But on a good note, at work yesterday marks 20 years, 2 decades of working for the same company. You can't say this Taurus ain't loyal. I have been putting my blood, sweat, and tears into working for this company for, gosh, most of my adult life so far. So, you know, I did a lot of growing up working for this company. Made new friends, lost friends, you know, seen coworkers come and go. It's amazing how I call it the class, because it almost feels like, you know, high school or college, where you go in with a class of schoolmates and you graduate eventually. But our class has a lot of longevity and staying power, because we've actually got a few folks hitting their 20-year mark, 2 decades with the company. So that goes to show like how really truly amazing the company is. Love it or hate it. And there is a lot of, you know, love and hate is, you know, 2 different faces of the same coin. So, you know, as much as I sometimes complain about how much time and effort I put into the work, it's because I really care, and I really want things to go well, and I don't want anyone to, like, if I can handle the work, I will do it. I don't want others to have to go through an enormous amount of stress when at the end of the day it's just work. But sometimes I put in way too many hours. 12 to 16 a day is just not normal. You know, that's like working 2 days in 1 day, if you really think about it, because, you know, a full-time job is 8 hours a day. And there are times where I'm in the office before 6, and I don't leave the office until almost 8 p.m. And then there are other times where I will literally clock back in when I get home to finish other things. And then, like today, it's a weekend, you know, our office is only open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, Mondays through Fridays. But prep work for projects that, you know, the work still keeps going, even if I am taking a little break, a little vacation. So rather than have someone else do the planning and the prepping, I take it upon myself to do as much as I can. So today and tomorrow, whatever I can get done before I completely check out, because I will, once my sister is in town with her family, no turning back until all the fun has been had. and then I go back to the office middle of, not next week, but the week after. So that is the goal, and I'm sticking to it. I sure am. So like I said, this Manny is super quick, super easy, barely an inconvenience, as Ryan George would say with his pitch meetings. I wanted something hot and ready, like a Little Caesar's pizza. Quick, easy. Hopefully it lasts at least half the week of beach time and swimming and just lots of good family time is what I'm looking the most forward to, because as you guys know, my favorite 3 F's, family, food, and fun, is what I'm about. And starting Monday is gonna be full on like family, food, fun until over a week later. So in fact, right now, even today, even though I worked this morning, we are headed over to do schooling, as I mentioned, for Panda Bear's nieces. And I've got some chicken soup for the soul. So that fits the food. I am spending time with the family, Mama Carla and her kiddos, Panda Bear and me, and we are going to have a ton of fun because I get to read another chapter from the first book of Harry Potter, and we're likely going to watch the 3rd Harry Potter movie because the nieces have been asking Uncle, can they watch it? And the Uncle's like, no, you gotta wait for Auntie. But it may just be, the 3rd one might be the last one I'll let them watch. The Harry Potter movies, if you guys have watched them, they get darker and darker as the movies go, because the books even get darker and darker. So yeah, I don't know if it's suitable for a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old going on 7 to watch until later. So the way we watched it, the way I watched it was, you know, I was already an adult, but the kids I babysat at the time when I was going to college showed me the first movie and let me read the first few books. So I don't want the girls exposed to too much dark and violence until, you know, they're much older and able to process and handle that. But obviously it needs a little bit of cleanup work. But what do you guys think? Am I ready for summer? Can you feel the heat? This heat wave? It is super bright and super awesome, and I'm loving it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, really quick video just to say hi to everyone before I am gone for about a week or so. So until then, if you watch this whole video and you watched it all the way through, fire emoji for Can You Feel the Heat? Let's go summer. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.